The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Let some people get in here. Let some people get in here. Yes, sir, Keegan Champs. The champs are here. The champ is here. Yeah. We got fall camp heating up. We got fall camp heating up, you know. And they say Orgy is taking the lead, which isn't a surprise to most of us. It's not a surprise. But Tuttle, they say Tuttle is injured or is dinged up, which I think that's a microcosm of why you can't really put much faith into Tuttle even if you wanted him to start. Because he always seems to he's always injured. Who was that? Indiana, or I'm not sure who we were playing, but he got in and he got hit on the sideline and he got hurt then. You know what I'm saying? So the best availability is availability. You have to be available. Yeah, a lot of people, their notifications, I think some people got unsubscribed. I think YouTube just does that after a certain amount of years. They stop giving you the notifications like that. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. They say, and this is players saying this, so they're not going to say nothing bad. But they're saying that, Orgy is looking more consistent, and I think part of it was, and this is just my opinion right now, I think part of it is, when he was trying to get his footwork and stuff like that together, he was practicing, he was practicing trying to put that work together, put it on the field, and it's just practice. So now when you're doing more live scrimmages, he's probably not trying to, focus on that so much. He's just probably going out there playing, if that makes sense. But let's see. I got the link in the chat if somebody want to come up, If you got a disagreement, you want to say your piece, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. But yeah, the team, I think, who else we saw? We saw TJ Guy. TJ Guy was talking about the defense, saying he thinks this defense has the chance to be better than last year, and they are hungry. You know what I'm saying? And you always want to be careful with the braggadocious kind of talk. You want to be careful with that. You don't want to get too braggadocious, and you don't want to get too much feeling yourself too much before a game has been played. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. But the confidence, you want the confidence, but you don't want to be overly confident. You still got to go out there and make the plays. You still have to go out there and do things the right way, which I think they're doing, because the culture at Michigan, and I know Ohio State fans and other fan bases, they talk about Michigan's culture like it was Stallions, like that was the culture at Michigan. The culture at Michigan wasn't Stallions. The culture at Michigan wasn't just one thing. The biggest thing that changed with the actual culture at Michigan, it was the players holding themselves accountable. So if you're not doing something and I'm a leader on the team, I'm going to make sure to hold you accountable because I'm putting in the work. And you heard a lot of, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tyler Morris I was watching today. And he was basically saying, like, you over these last 3 years, you have new guys that may have come to the team, or they freshmen, and they were kind of, walking through it. They weren't going through the motions. And he said guys had to get on him. Like, no, we don't just go through the motions and get the wins. No, the wins come from the off-season work we're putting in, the way that we do things. We do things a certain way here. It's not just, I got my mic all the way over here. It's not just doing things. I'm at Michigan. Okay, the culture is we just win. No, the culture is we grind and we work. We build that callus. That's what makes us Michigan. And then the results come from the work we're putting in. Oh, bro, El Hadi looked like a grown man. I was like, good God, this dude is a monster. That dude looks all of the parts. He looks the part for sure. For sure. James Cooper says the starters are better than last year. It's the depth that's the concern, but some of these dudes been in the system for years, and the development will help so much. So I got two people in here. I'm gonna bring Juju up first, and then Giovanni, when he's through, I'm gonna bring you up. All right. What's going on, bro?
What's good? What's good? I just caught your channel. It wasn't letting me subscribe in at first. I had to click it a couple times, but I'm glad I found it.
I appreciate it.
I want to guinea pig back. First, I want to talk recruit. I don't know if you've seen the news about Jaden Sanders today. I'm sure you did, but good news there. March is gonna probably lock in the 20th. So I just wanted to ask, how you feeling about Babalola on the 12th? I think he wants to commit before school starts.
No, that'll definitely be good. That'll definitely be good. You want to get these dudes and get them here, or get that. What do you mean that commitment? You want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if it's not on paper yet, it's still and that's. I like recruiting, but I don't get too deep into it because until the dotted line is signed, it's not he can change his mind. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, but I'm more of I have to wait until they sign. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't touch on recruiting too much, but it's always good to get a top recruit, the verbal at least, and then hopefully they go and follow through.
Yeah, usually Michigan commits are pretty sound, but I seen a lot of smoke about Jordan Marshall that is real potential right now. He is leading for RB3, and he just got to campus. He's around 5'11", 210 right now, and that's insane. I mean, he just got to campus like a month and a half ago. He didn't enroll early like some of the others, like Dominic Nichols, who got the opportunity to come in early. If he's already is being reported by Sam Webb is ahead on this. If he is already ahead of schedule, he's got more potential than I think Blake Corum does, because he's a little bit bigger frame and he has a little bit better pull away speed. And he's 5'11". Blake was like, he got unreal vision. They compared him to, he's got unreal vision and unreal footwork, and a little bit more speed, and a little bit bigger than him. And I just think he's a better prospect than Dono too. He's more of a finesse back to me in the passing game. But if he's ahead of schedule, I don't know how you feel about the other backs. Like, I like Ben Hall's vision, but he's a little bit slow, a little bit heavy to me. Tavi Dunlap, he struggles to me with ball security. I think that's why he hasn't seen. I think that's why he hasn't seen the field. But I mean, that's great news that he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, and honestly, he's a little more highly touted, I would probably say, than like Ben Hall, Dunlap. I have no faith in Dunlap, really.
Yeah,
and he's got. I'm just being real. He's got the opportunity. That's the thing about you come back in the offseason, you got the opportunity to get better and work on what you weren't that good at. But Ben Hall, I saw him getting carries this year, but Jordan Marshall, he's a stud. I've watched some of his film. He's a stud.
man.
He's kind of like a mix between Blake and Donovan.
Yeah.
Blake was a burner when he first got here.
Yeah.
But over the years, he added weight. And when you add that type of muscle mass, you're gonna lose speed. So last year's version of Blake, he lost the speed, but he was unstoppable in short yardage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a give and a take. But Jordan Marshall, if he's that, he probably will is third. He's highly touted. He's got all the talent. You know what I'm saying? Similar to like a Donovan when he came, all the talent in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep those dudes off the field.
100%. And I honestly, I did not think. I thought he was gonna come on middle to the end of the year, but it sounds like. And I was like, man, we got a tough schedule. We don't got a lot of easy gimme games. Don't know how much he's gonna get in. I hope he redshirts. And now they're talking like he's gonna be inroad because you don't. I know you probably know that Blake his freshman year he started a game. He started a game his freshman year, and Donald came in. They both played against Ohio State. I mean, the sky is the limit for him. And that backfield is disgusting. Like I haven't heard much about Capana. I don't know if you have. I have not heard.
He's always hurt. He's
Mm.
always dinged up. That's why we haven't seen him.
Oh, you mean Cabana? I was talking about Capana, Micah Capana.
Oh, I haven't heard much about him.
Yeah, me either. I haven't heard no small. I know he's a burner. He probably needs to put on size, but yeah, running back room looks real good. Really the only last thing I want to touch on is the smoke about Jayshon Barham, which I think he's a first round pick. He's a first round pick in my opinion. He's absolutely disgusting. But what they're saying out of camp is that he's a more athletic Devin Bush. Like I was like,
he kind of looks like
that
Devin Bush.
if that's true, man, because he shot from 233 to 248 just in one.
I heard that.
Like this ridiculous. But if that's true, there's a lot of preseason, or off season. A lot of people be talking, and some of it's bullshit, and some of it's truth. But over the last 3 years, I bought into the hype of everything, and it's been true. I mean, just look at the hype about Mikey Samerstill, his transition to nickelback. They said he might be the best nickelback to come through Michigan, and arguably he is. So yeah, I want to get your take on the Barham because I think we have 5 potential first picks. It could have been 6 in my opinion if Rob Moore didn't get injured.
Jayshon Barham, he's a stud. When he came and I realized he was on the team, I looked at his film and he's a stud. And when I say that, and people, because if you don't know, people don't know, like Junior Colson was a good linebacker, but it was never natural for him.
It kind of struggled in coverage to me a little bit.
He didn't have a natural feel for it. You know what I'm saying? So Jayshon Barham is a true middle linebacker. Like he has a feel for it. Sideline to sideline. He knows how to read the blocks, get around the mess so he can make tackles. That's why a lot of people are saying this linebacker room could be upgraded because Mike Barrett was a safety that turned into a linebacker from the Viper. So with him and Hausman, the linebacker room is looking like, okay, you got 2 dudes that are 235, 240 something, prototypical linebackers that play sideline to sideline. And Barham, he's a hell of a blitzer, so they can put him on the edge also. So he gives you some versatility with that. But dude is a missile. Like he's sideline to sideline, and when he comes, he's gonna hit you. So that's the hype. And if you just watch some of his Maryland film, you can see it. Like he pops off the screen.
Yeah, he did against Ohio State. I mean, even against us, I was watching him. I went back and watched the game again. As soon as I found out that he was transferring to us, man, he was giving Blake Corum and Donald hell. Like, I mean, he was shedding blocks. He was getting out sideline to sideline. It was ridiculous. But do you feel, since we're on the linebacker before I get out of here, do you feel that Cole Sullivan will jump Hood in the 2 deep rotation? Because I strongly feel that might happen by the end of the year. Because I'm not a big believer in Hood. I like Jimmy Roller. I think we're 3 deep right now, and we need to be 4 deep.
I could see it. The one thing that is on Cole Sullivan's side is he plays physical and fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do is point him in the direction. Once he gets fine-tuned and gets that coaching and learns the scheme, but you can put him on the field right now for, okay, you're just on the blitz. That's all I need you to do is get that quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Blitz packages, you can throw him out there right now because he has no fear and he does it well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the season he takes Hood or somebody else's job, honestly, because he has a natural feel for it.
Yeah, 100%. They're talking about him. Yeah, they're talking about him and Barham could possibly come off the edge in some different situations. So that's yeah,
Yeah.
we got a lot of versatility, but you have to, and you have to have that in like a 3-4. It's really like a 3-4 defense, versatile. They run a 4-2-5. It's just real versatile. It depends on how you run it. And I still don't know how Wink's gonna run it. I know he talked about he's gonna throw 3-3-5 in there as well, which is and some zero, which is, Jesus, that's scary. But gives me and that's what I think that's why it gives uh like fans pause because Don Brown was covered, man. He just fucking man. But this is not the same scheme, and I feel like people should not be worried. This is a completely different scheme, and this man's been in the NFL for God knows how long. He's seen everything. There's nothing he hasn't seen. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way real quick. But I appreciate you for having me on. I'll let you get to the next caller. I definitely subscribed up. You be here every Saturday doing live in?
I haven't been lately, but I'm about to turn up since the season is getting started. You know, we're gonna get more reports. So I probably will be going either Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna be jumping on.
For sure. You got my subscribe, and I'm gonna be tapped in. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro.
Go Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Blue. I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Giovanni. But yeah, the Wink, the comparison with Wink and Don Brown, and it's like a respect thing to me. It's like, bro, like respect that this dude has been in the NFL for over like 10 years. Like this dude's resume is legit. Whether he got fired from somewhere or not, he's still got an NFL pedigree. Like, so there needs to be some respect that comes with that. And I don't think he's getting that respect, which is probably pissing him off, which it should, but the scheme, the versatility of the scheme and what it does to quarterbacks and offenses, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm trying to warn people like you're gonna have a headache. Quinn Ewers is the first good quarterback that we face. He's got a job. He's gonna have a job on his hands. Like he has a job on his hands to try to figure out what's going on with that defense. All right, I'm about to bring you up, Giovanni. What up? You probably muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you now.
All right, man. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Nothing much. What you thinking about? What's going on?
All right. I guess kind of some thoughts going back to what you guys talking about with the running backs. It's very, very, very good that we're hearing what we're hearing about Jordan Marshall. I think in terms of running back depth, obviously we know our 1 and 2 punch with Donovan and Khalil, but I think if we're not seeing Cole Cabana, if he gets passed up, honestly, I fully expect him to transfer. I'm not going to lie. I think we're going to have like a similar situation to I think CJ Stokes last year, where he was just getting passed up. Our running back room is too deep and too talented to where you can't stay stagnant or you can't keep getting hurt, and you're going to get passed up eventually. So like I fully expect if Jordan Marshall is showing what he's doing in practice and camp so far, if that is true, and we see him on the field as that third running back before Cole, then I fully expect him to be to transfer. I'm not going to lie. But I guess my real question is, or I guess real topic is, when we were initially, remember that period where we were getting all these transfer DBs with Mingham and like Wesley Walker and that kid from I think UMass or something like that. I don't remember where he came from, but all these DBs were from UNLV. I guess initially in my mind, my thought was like, like if we're getting all these, like, why are we getting all these transfer DBs? We usually develop pretty well at the DB position for the most part. Throughout the Harbaugh era, there's only been 1 year where our DBs were just straight trash, and that was in 2020. But that was really more due to scheme because we switched the scheme the next year and they played a lot better, a lot more confidence. They still weren't to that caliber to what we were used to beforehand, but they still improved a lot. So I know for a fact that we've never really had a problem with developing good to great to elite corners and safeties at Michigan with the Harbaugh era. So my mind was like, all right, if we're bringing all these transfer DBs in, like what's going on? Or it's like, are the guys that we got in these previous classes, are they just not panning out? But I remembered like we rotated a lot. We rotated a lot, especially on the back end. Last year, that these guys are just they're gonna be fresh for throughout the entire year. We're gonna see who can really make it on the field, and that kind of I guess that kind of like calm me down about the situation. But I do still want to see those younger DBs, like a Jair Hill, you know what I mean, like a Zeke Berry. I still want to see them start to still show like, all right, they're still flash in the pan, they're still doing what they're doing that they need to take care of at camp. You know what I mean? To still, even though we are bringing these transfers in, you're still the ones that are the best ones showing how we are developing for the most part. So how did you feel about at least the DB room?
The DB room, I was happy when they got those transfers, especially for Jaden Mangum. You know, when I went through Jaden Mangum's film and went through Wesley Walker's film, I was like, okay, these dudes they're studs. And as a freshman, Mangum played a ton for Michigan State. I think he was all Big Ten. Like he's a good center fielder, can make plays on the ball, gets around, flies around. You know, another offseason to get bigger, stronger, faster, and Michigan's strength and conditioning. And then Wesley Walker, this dude has been around for a while, but he's a stud. Like whether it's against the run or also in coverage, you know, in the slot, you know, coming up on tight ends or the slot receivers, he ain't giving up nothing. You know, so those were good pickups, and it's all about depth. You know, because you could have started, you could have had Makari Page and Quentin Johnson starting, and they would have been good. But it's about depth. It's a long season, and you want these guys to be healthy. We rotate. You want to have a rotation so everybody is fresh. Nobody's out there gassed. Nobody's out there giving up big plays because you don't want to put in the other backups because they're not that good. You want a rotation of dudes that you trust. That's the big thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can have a rotation, but you don't want to have a dude in the rotation that's garbage.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the big thing. And then the transfer corner, he's a good player. He made All-American from the FCS. So it's just, okay, how does he pick up the speed of the game in the Big Ten at Michigan? You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see on that. But, you know, Jair Hill, you want to have that depth, but you want to have some proven depth. You don't want to just have guys that it's an unknown because practice ain't the game. You always got your practice studs. And then when the game is on, he looking at the ball go over his head, or maybe he ain't even looking for the ball and he's just running. And Jamon Green, perfect coverage, but he'll never find the ball. So, you know, you don't want guys doing that type of stuff. It's gonna get you killed because a good quarterback, he don't care about good coverage. You got to make a play on the ball. So that's the big thing.
Yeah, I agree. I guess my second question is, so obviously the first litmus test for Michigan is Texas. We all know how pretty much the elephant in the room this offseason is the QB battle. I guess from my perspective, I really don't care who it is. I just don't want Tuttle to start. I think he's had enough time in college to show what he can really do within college with that system, what he was doing at Indiana. He did have his chances. I know he was behind the bench. He was behind Penix for the most part, but Penix did get hurt every year he started, though, at Indiana. And now I looked up his stats. I mean, Tuttle had a year where he had like 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I just think that no matter how much you minimize the offense, I mean, we're borderline looking at another K situation if Tuttle starts this year. That's just my opinion, just from what I've seen. I mean, yes, he is more mobile, so that would raise the floor in terms of we're just comparing him and Cade. But like, I don't think people truly realize how bad the offense was with Cade running the offense, bro. I mean, yes, we did have the good Michigan State game, but like we were very handicapped at times, especially like I mean the first game that comes to mind is that Rutgers game at home. We were up chugging, and then we couldn't. He couldn't complete a swing pass in that second half of that game, and the defense had to win us that game against Rutgers at home. That should be inexcusable. I literally remember every Monday morning quarterback, Devin Gardner, was absolutely grilling him every time, every mistake he had, because K was really handicapping this offense. Now, listen, obviously he won. He got us over the hump, or he was a part of the team that got us over the hump. But like, I think if we put Tuttle in our quarterback, I just think we're kind of looking at that again. I don't think it's as good as we're going to remember, especially with this schedule. I'd much rather just put our faith in like a younger quarterback that isn't in the seventh year. Obviously, everybody's hyping up Orgy, but I wouldn't mind seeing Warren in there if he proves it too, if he wants out camp. So I guess I say all that to say my question is, let's just assume Alex Orgy starts week one. What are you looking for him to do? What kind of like, I guess, borderline stats are you kind of looking for him to do to kind of put you in like a good feeling going into that Texas game? What do you think he should expect to do?
Well, the first game, they're not going to want to show that much. You know, that's just kind of football, how football is. They're not going to want to show that much because Orgy hasn't started before. So you don't want to open up the playbook and then show your hand before Texas. You want Texas guessing on what he's going to do, what can he do. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably going to come out with a basic kind of game plan, just trying to run the ball, get him a little bit comfortable, but not too much. In the Fresno State game, you want to get in there, get a lead, and get your backups in and get rested for the Texas game. So they're going to try to get up and get out of there early, you know, so because you don't want anyone getting injured and you don't want to have to show your hand. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to have to show your big time, your money plays against Fresno State. You get what I'm saying? You want to keep that close to the vest for the Texas game. But I just want to come out there, and the big thing you want to do for Orgy, if he's the starter, you want him to get comfortable. Whether that's a few screen passes or a couple slants, you know, something. You want him to see the ball getting caught and get a couple touchdowns, maybe even in the game 12 or 15. You know what I'm saying? Not gaudy stats. It don't have to be gaudy stats. You just want him to feel good about himself going into Texas. You get what I'm saying? You don't want him ending the game 12 of 28 or something like that, or even if he doesn't throw it that much, 11 of 20. Like, you're gonna look at this stats and be like, and there's gonna be a lot of fans saying he didn't look good, you know, if his percentage isn't up there. So you just want him to have a good percentage, move the offense, however that is, whether it's with his legs, whether that's dinking and dunking, whether that's the deep ball, but you want him to be consistent so we can get up out of there and with confidence. The biggest thing for him is confidence in that first game.
All right, I definitely agree. I think going back to the spring game, obviously we saw the first couple throws. He was they were off, but like you saw within like I think his second or third drive that he had later in that game, he definitely settled in to kind of like I'm fine with the dink and dunk. We're running for about 4 yards, 5 yards per carry type of offense. I'm completely fine with that because we have proven to be efficient with that type of offense too, to where we don't have to always air it out. But I would like to see him obviously improve that deep ball accuracy, see how that goes, especially hearing from the receiving room that Tyler Morris and especially Samaje Morgan have kind of separate themselves for the most part from the rest of the pack, for at least in terms of just receivers. So I definitely want to see them kind of shine out a little bit. But I do agree, like Michigan's not gonna show their hand. That's just how we are for the most part anyways. We're not gonna show our hand, especially a week or 2 weeks before a big game against Texas. You know what I mean? That's just not how we roll, which is definitely fine. But yes, I agree. Getting him confident, getting him kind of used to getting the motion of like you're playing. This is like the offense is on you now. You're not on the bench. You're not coming in for no trick play just to run the ball. Like this is Like you're in full control of this offense, but you do have two monsters behind you within Khalil Mullings and Donovan Edwards that will help carry the load. And you also have an All-American tight end to your right. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of support that this offense has that people I don't think are really realizing what we truly have. Because people, I mean, they think of Donovan Edwards and think of like, oh, last season he was trash. Oh, like he wasn't really that good. I mean, yes, he came into that season. He was talking a lot that off season, and he didn't have the season that I think he thought, especially he was going to have. But still, we saw. I mean, I believe he did put on some weight a little bit, and I think he's kind of in that mode where it's like, all right, this is my run back room. I know worst case scenario, I have to be like a bell cow. You know, like I think he's mentally prepared for that role too. And you know, it's like he's not going to have a 75-yard run every time he touches the ball too. I think it's going to be a little bit more patience hitting that hole, hitting those A gaps and B gaps for the most part. Um, and then Khalil Mullins, I think, is the most underrated player in America right now. Um, in terms of obviously Michigan fans, we saw him last year. Every time he came in, I feel like he averaged about 5 to 7 yards to carry for the most part. Like
He
legit,
did.
like he legit every time he touched the ball, he was about to hit a first down. And obviously, Michigan fans, we saw that all last year. So I think the rest of America, when they see him coming in, like, oh, is he better than Don? I'm like we're not surprised. Like we saw this all season. We saw this coming out. This is just the way we develop. And then the offensive line, I honestly have no real worry about that. Sharon Moore, I know Sharon Moore has that lockdown. We've had, I mean, yes, we have entirely new line coming in, but every person that's going to potentially start has been in the program for at least 2 to 3 years. So like, there's no reason why I should really feel like there should be like that much of a drop off. I think like we should have a good to great offensive line. If we're being honest, I think that's the floor. I think truthfully, I mean, I'm telling people, I've been talking crazy on Twitter. Do not be shocked if we beat Texas, man. Like ever, I'm keeping it real. And I ain't gonna
People
lie,
just
I don't want to say it. Like I feel like this is kind of mean or like whatever. I ain't gonna lie. Quinn Ewers, he gets hurt a lot early in the regular season. I'm telling you right now, when the offensive line is still merging, so if he gets knocked out in that game, listen.
I wouldn't be surprised the way our scheme is and everything. And with the Donovan Edwards stuff, I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Marcus. With the Donovan Edwards stuff, the best thing that could happen for Michigan for this year was Donovan having a down year last year. That was the biggest blessing in disguise for us because you got Donovan to come back with Blake leaving and all that. So you still have a stud that's explosive that can go for 200 in any game. He can go for 200. The block set up right, he can go crazy. So him being cocky and having a down year, it was great because you know what it did? He goes nuclear in the championship game, but he still understood I was arrogant. I was cocky. I got humbled last year. I had to find myself mentally. So now this year, with Blake gone, with JJ gone, I understand what it takes to be a leader. So now I can lead. I couldn't lead last year the way I was thinking and the way my head was. I couldn't do it last year. This year, I'm ready and I know what it takes and I have an understanding of what true leadership is. And he understands. I was braggadocious and God humbled him because he needed it. But now he has the chance to set it straight, go for 1,500, 1,300, and then go get that bag while also helping us continue winning.
Yeah, I'd agree. But hey, I mean, that's all I got. I don't want to take up too much time, but I appreciate you letting me up. And I will definitely, you know what I'm saying, when camp goes along, got this season, definitely keep doing these little call-in shows, man. Especially after big games. I want to see a lot of fans' reactions. It's going to be hilarious.
I got you. I got you. I appreciate it, bro.
For sure, man.
All right. Yes, sir. Marcus, I'm gonna bring you up. That Texas game, people counting us out like we just don't have a team. It's almost like we don't have a team. Like everybody on the team is freshmen, but they're gonna find out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree. They sleeping on Michigan though. I like it though. I like when they sleep on though. We come out to hit them in the mouth. This team remind me of the Baltimore Ravens. Physical defense, running game, and we got a quarterback origin. I like origin to start. Like he ain't gotta be Superman. He just gotta be efficient, dink and dunk, take what defense give him, and of course use his legs when he need to. Plus we got pieces
Hmm.
around us, so long as they don't turn the ball over, we gonna be straight though. Smack a lot of teams in the mouth because he a physical runner too. So you ain't gonna want to tackle him. He like a big running back, like a Derrick Henry playing quarterback. So you ain't gonna want to be trying to tackle that late in the game. So
Orgy is scary looking, bro. When you see him,
yeah,
when you see
yeah,
pictures of this dude just dropping back, throwing, it's like
yeah,
muscles, muscle, muscle. Like the dude
exactly,
ain't got
exactly,
not a lick of fat on this dude.
exactly. And then what we need somebody like that, man. Cause we got the
He's
pieces in the
scary.
running game and the tight end. So we he gonna start, in my opinion. We gonna run the ball, be efficient. Defense gonna be scary. I love our linebackers. They come in, they hit you in the mouth. Cause like you say, that dude from Maryland, man, he would he like he couldn't be blocked against her. Like he was putting that guy making no tackle, man. So we got a sure tackle like that. Cause last year, Coastal used to make me mad, man. Like he would just get lost in the sauce. Like he wouldn't let Reed and down no place in the attack. But with them two stuff we got now, we gonna be straight. Plus more and Stu. I'm just excited to see what boy gonna do this year. So they being said, I like our chance, and I don't even see it as an underdog against Texas. They talking crazy. Like we got defense, and they lost in Texas. Who they running back? I think in camp last week, from what I saw, I think he got hurt.
Baxter, he was there. They lost the leading rusher for last year. He went to the NFL. So
Okay,
he
yeah,
this was the leading rusher that was leftovers. He had like
okay,
500 yards last year, I
okay,
want to say.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
now, I mean, they got other backs, but they're kind of unproven for the most part, I think.
yeah. I don't see you was on like you said, my man said last chat, man. You was on finish the game. Like he always get hurt. Like he don't play a full 4 quarter. Like he always leave the game hurt. Like he got hurt. Didn't he get hurt last year in the game against Texas?
He's
Or was
always
it?
dinged.
I think the
He's
game against Alabama. He got hurt in the Alabama game when what's the quarterback they had that he went to the NFL with the Panthers. He got hurt in that game against them.
oh
I
yeah,
think
2 years ago.
yeah, yeah. So he ain't healthy and playing against us for a quarter. You ain't gonna be want to get up after them hits. But
Yeah, and some people don't understand what Michigan does on defense. They think it was
exactly,
all players, which players is a big part.
yeah,
But the big thing about it is the scheme,
yes, the
and
scheme is
it's not like the cupboard is empty. So
no,
coming back with this scheme with Kenneth Grant,
yeah,
Derek Moore, Josiah Stewart, Mason
exactly,
Graham, and these
yeah,
boys with Barham, with Hausman, you
yeah,
know, it's gonna be hell on them dudes in that offensive
yeah,
line and Quinn Ewers because he's the one that really has to understand what's
yeah.
going on.
Exactly. I mean, when Wink Martindale calling the plays, like he confused quarterbacks, especially college quarterbacks. They ain't gonna be used to that cover like that. That's a different animal. It's different going to get NFL quarterbacks and college quarterbacks. That's like
Exactly.
like he throw some stuff out there. Like what is this? You know?
Exactly. Once you just like with Jesse Minter, his first year he was real good. That
Yeah,
second year, last
yeah,
year,
yeah,
he figured he got his niche. Like, all right,
yeah.
I know how to make every college quarterback confused and bewildered. Y'all don't got a
Exactly.
chance. He had every one of them dudes looking like, what the hell am I looking at?
Exactly, man. Exactly, and like look at them teams like USC. And it's like I scared it's tough on paper, but like I was looking at, it, I'm like, cause I watch a lot of. I'm a diehard Michigan fan, of course. So I watched how they play, and looking at the defense, like really what killed us was we would then get out of position, and give a big play, and then it would demoralize the team. Like years ago, this team now, hey, okay, they made a big play. We gonna come out there and return the favor. And this team that's locked in, like you got guys that can rotate in the secondary and defensive line at a 12-game season. Most teams don't have that, especially the teams in the Big Ten. Like they 4 players or whether defense, offense, play the whole game. Especially on Ohio State, like they don't take their players out
Yeah,
like that.
he said they
On
trying to rotate this year, but we'll see.
exactly. Like I see only thing I see us beating us is really us looking at it, not bragging, but that's we will beat ourselves. Like TCU, like we beat ourselves, so we go out there and then play like we did last year. We the only obstacle in our way, in my opinion, especially with OJ quarterback. Cause I think he gonna start. I don't see no other guys because he offer you too much in the running game. And plus
Exactly.
we don't ask for him to throw the ball 20, 30 times. So we
No.
gonna grind the pound,
If we if we
keep
if
it
we have
simple.
if he has to throw it 30 sometimes, something's
Yeah,
going
something wrong.
wrong in the run
Yeah,
game.
yeah, exactly. 10 to 15. Hey, that's sufficient enough. Go 12, 12, 15, 10, 15. That's it. Because we gonna put Texas on notice at first game, smack them, and then Michigan, they gonna be drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, nah, keep that
Oh
same
yeah.
energy I had.
We
That same
smack
energy.
Texas. They gonna be drinking the Kool-Aid
Yeah,
and Ohio State, they gonna get a shiver down their spine, and Oregon too.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, like Oregon, they're not a physical team. They're Oregon because Washington beat them twice last year. So I mean, I don't really. I mean, I respect Oregon as a school. I ain't gonna be overlooking them, but like I say, we play keep away. That's what we do. Like we
Mhm.
get you down. We got to leave. We gonna play keep away, and if one big play and this lights out, then we can see that pressure.
Yeah, and I always
That-
tell people, or playing against a team like Oregon, if you're fundamentally sound, well, if you got the dogs, which we got
yeah,
the dogs, and
exactly.
you're a fundamentally sound, well coached, good tackling defense,
Yes.
you can shut that water off real
Yes,
quick on a team like
exactly,
Oregon.
exactly, exactly. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Looking at taking care of being to get Texas first, and then to get through the season. Injury free. But we got depth. So long as we don't have no major injuries, no maybe a nagging injury like here or there, but nothing major significant that can impact the season, I think we'll be fine. Like definitely. So I want to see that Texas game because they'll be tuned in for that right there, and then moving forward the rest of the season. So I think Orgeron is the guy to me to be the starting quarterback. I mean, he offers you so much, and plus I look at it like this right here, like Jalen Hurts. With Campbell, the quarterback coach for us.
Who's that?
Campbell, the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator, right?
Oh yeah, Kirk
Yeah,
Campbell.
yeah. So if he can just turn him into that efficient passer, man, the sky's the limit for that guy. Like and he gonna get better as the season progress anyway. You
Yeah,
know,
he wants when they find his real niche and how they really want to use him, and he gets comfortable with what he can get away with in game, and you know
yeah,
he's gonna be a monster.
yeah. Cause I mean,
They better
JJ
hope
boy,
he doesn't get comfortable.
JJ scare me sometime, man. I love JJ, but boy, he takes some risks. He be like, JJ, bro,
Yeah, JJ was risky. He calmed it
boy,
down last year, but
man.
2022, boy,
Yeah, he takes. I'm like, bro, I love you, but hey, man, don't be killing them, man. Don't be killing
hey,
them with.
JJ will be running around back there like Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Like throw the ball, man. Leave the play another down, man. But I
Mhm.
love watching the play though. But I'm excited though for the season to start. Like I got great expectations for us. Like I say, a lot of people looking at us as an underdog, which I like that. Don't anytime they rule against Michigan, we come out and shock the world.
Yes,
That's
sir.
been the trend. So I just keep that trend going, man. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
excited. I'm excited, man. Definitely, man. I'll be watching your lives too, man. I'll be laughing when you be when you be getting the Buckeye fans, man.
I'll be on their head, boy.
Oh man, I love it, man. But yeah, man, I definitely, man. Anytime you on live, man, I'm gonna get in here, man, and chop it up with you, man. I appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
All right, take care, man. Go blue as always.
Yes, sir. Go
Uh,
blue.
all right, my man. Take care.
All right, you too. But yeah, and that's the what he touched on at the end. That's the big thing right there with the doubters. You know, Michigan got a natty off of doubts, off of even when Michigan beat Ohio State, won the Big Ten last year. What was the sentiment? Oh, they can't beat Bama. Oh, you still haven't won a playoff game. And all the players that had been through those battles with Georgia, with TCU, they came back for that moment against Bama. They came back for that game to get to the championship, to win it. Natty or bust. So nothing has changed for the team, for the players. They all see how everybody doubts them. So this year, they're like, okay, ain't nothing changed. Everybody's doubting us. Let's put in that work. Let's put in that work. Everybody's doubting us. They already saying we're going to lose to Texas. They already saying we're going to lose to Oregon. They already saying we're going to lose to maybe USC and in Ohio State. They already saying it. So everybody's already got the mindset, we're not losing. We're going to get better. We're going to surprise you and punch you in the mouth. The underdog, being the underdog is the best thing that can happen for you, but because it makes you take everything serious. You know what I'm saying? No stone unturned. You know what I'm saying? When you're the underdog, you're going to hit the extra weights. You're going to watch the extra film. You're going to, everything your opponent does, you're going to take serious because you're the underdog. You want to prove to them that you disrespected us. You disrespected us, but that's all right. We're going to take our respect. And that's the mentality that the team has. I was watching Tyler Morris, and that's the sentiment I got from him. And I was like, thank you. Thank you, college football fans. Thank you, media, for everybody doubting them, because you putting that same chip on their shoulder they had last year. Y'all bringing it back to them. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, because you're making them hungry. Couldn't have said it better myself. Right there. Being the underdog when you have the alpha dog mentality is super dangerous. And that's exactly what's going on. Because these boys, they just won the Natty, and nobody thinks everybody's picking against them. But you got dudes that are hungry, know the mentality of Michigan. Michigan is we're going to beat you up mentality. We bring in the fight to you. We're going to hit you in the mouth for 4 quarters. Can you last? If you can't last, oh well. But that's the mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful to see. I love it, honestly. Yeah. Oh, and let's get it. I guess let's get into Ohio State. I try to see if these Ohio State fans want to come up here and get in this ring with me. They always talk, but they don't ever want to jump on. But let's see. Ohio State, I'm so interested to see, because I guess they want to be like an Oregon team, like Oregon now, because Oregon has that kind of offense where they run it and they pass. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna spread it around. Everybody kind of gets a touch. Our guys. But I'm just interested to see how it goes and how the play distribution goes with Judkins, with Travion Henderson, with JJ, with Jeremiah Smith, with Abuka, with Carnell Tate. I'm interested to see how it goes with them, because they if you listen to them, it sounds like there's 1,000 balls to go around. It's just everybody is gonna have 1,000 yards, and Judkins is gonna have 1,500. Travion Henderson's gonna have 1,500 too. Will Howard's gonna have 800 rushing yards and throw for 3,000. It's like, bro, are y'all gonna be off the field at any time? Like, they offense just gonna be on the field the whole time. So there's gonna be enough balls to go around to everybody. Carnell Tate's gonna have 1,000. Abuka's gonna have 1,000. Jeremiah Smith is a freshman. He's going for 2,000 as a freshman. It's like, bro, okay. It's possible to spread that ball around like that. It is possible, but I'm interested to see how they do it in the first year. It's not like they've been running this offense, so I'm interested to see how it works. And plus, you still have to see how your offensive line gels. Is that offensive line that good? Will it be that good where you can run it like that? Judkins is a beast. Now, no front, no cap, no nothing. He's a beast. Honestly, if I was them, Travion, he would barely see the field. I'm gonna keep it real. If I was coaching Ohio State, Travion wouldn't be on the field much. I'd split him out. He'd have to get a lot of his touches in through the throw game or on screens, stuff like that. But as far as getting a bunch of carries, nah, this dude is a beast. Judkins is a beast. I went through a little deep dive on his film. The way he hits the hole, he's a stud. He hits that hole hard. He hits it hard. I can't front. So I'm interested to see that, because if you're trying to, when you've got a team like that, the biggest problem you can come into is trying to make everybody happy. That's the biggest problem you can have when you have all this talent. Is trying to make everyone happy. Oh, okay, Judkins is doing good, but we want to get Trey. We want to get Trey some carries. We want to get Trey the ball. So Judkins come out. Judkins is cooking, and he's that dude. And you bringing in Trey, and he's you run into problems when you're trying to make players happy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see how that plays out for them. And the receivers. All them receivers, they came to Ohio State to put up numbers. They ain't come to Ohio State to block. For Travion and Judkins, who is this dude? He just got here. I'm Carnell Tate. I'm that dude. I want the ball. Throw it up to me. So I'm interested to see. Now, Jeremiah Smith, I will say, he's got some dog in him. I don't like him. I don't like what I see out of him as a rival fan. I don't like it. He be looking mean. And I've seen him in interviews. He looked like I don't want to talk. I want to play. I'm about my business. I don't like that. I look for little things like that. I noticed in the spring game, he didn't want to talk when they had all the receivers. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to go try to make a play. I like that. I do like that, but not for us. I just like that mentality. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But he looked like he got some dog in him. I'm gonna bring you up, Daniel.
Hello, what's up?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Man, I just hope we can run it back after like this whole scandal's breaking out. Just imagine if we go and win it again and then steal the show from Ohio State, since this year they're favored to win it all like we did last year.
Yeah, they're doing the same stuff, trying to bring back everybody, got the transfers, and they favored,
Yeah.
it's pretty much them in Georgia.
Oh yeah. And man, if anything, I would hope Georgia wins it if it's someone else because that would feel horrible if like a year after we win it all that they win it all. That'd feel horrible.
I know it. It's what I don't want this year is for them to win the championship. It would feel horrible because they're gonna be talking trash. They're gonna be talking that good stuff. They're gonna be talking it because we've been giving it to them, and now oh, you guys won the championship, and we got another one. So you know how they get. So I definitely don't want to see them win that title.
But yeah, with all that off-season flexing and stuff, like you got to realize, like all that talk, they could set themselves up for disappointment because you got to be real. Is that team playing together? And Judkins could only come here for the bag.
Yeah. What Michigan did last year, it's not easy to just have everybody come back and then accomplish that goal. It's easier said than done. You bring back everybody back, and you on paper you could say, okay, we're number one, we're gonna win it all. But to actually go out and do it, not many teams do that. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You have
Yeah.
teams that have won it the year before, bring people back, and sometimes it don't even work out for them. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
to have Michigan do that and get over the hump because they went to the playoff twice but never won a playoff game. So you had to get
Hmm.
over that hump and then get over the hump of, all right, we're in the championship. Now let's win it. Let's win it.
Exactly. And yeah, and speaking of this whole crazy week, like, did you know with all that sign stealing, like Mike Valeni and Rico Beard, have you seen their show? Like they're pushing all their bias, like saying it's so bad, it's so bad.
Who's that like? Oh, you talking about the Michigan State podcast?
Yeah,
I don't really watch them. I'm always seeing Buckeye Scoop. I'm always seeing them
that a
nonstop.
Buckeye Scoop's a joke.
It is, but it always pops up on my feed, so I see the headlines. They live off of that stuff. A lot of these Ohio State, they're so miserable. Them and
Mhm.
Michigan State, they're so miserable by Michigan winning that that's all they can hold on to right now is the Stallion stuff or the Harbaugh stuff, that type of stuff. That's all they have to be happy about right now. Yeah, Ohio State's they're the offseason champions, but that's only fun to them. Like nobody else cares. Like, oh, you
Mhm.
guys are the offseason champs. Who cares? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You have
it'll
to
be.
still have prove it.
Oh yeah, it'll be so funny if we win it all and like steal the entire show. And I bet you'll be cooking like next off season, and I'll be in for it all, just watching you cook and laughing.
If we get them again this year, after all this offseason, they've been talking about all this crap. I'm lighting them up. You might as well get the bonfire ready.
Oh yeah. Anyways, it was great talking.
I appreciate you, Daniel.
All right, go blue.
Yes, sir. Go blue. That's a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, that's all they have to be happy about right now is the NOA draft, the Stallion stuff. Oh, Michigan's in shambles. And you know what bothers them? This is what really bothers them. We don't care. We don't care. We the champs. Like, bro, like don't come around here with this peasant talk. We don't want to hear it. Like, we don't want to hear it. We don't care. Stallions, no stallions. We don't care. We don't care. I'm sorry. We just don't care. And that's the thing. They want us to care so we can be sad. That's what it is. They want us to care so we're sad. Oh man, we're in shambles. Oh man, we're gonna get in trouble. We don't care. That's the big thing, and it infuriates them that we're not mad about this stuff going on. We're just like, okay, whatever. We'll wait and see when it happens, but we're the champs. Okay, the Stallions, something broke. Okay, are we still champions? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. That's all I care about. We still champs? Good. I thought so. Excellent. I thought so. It's going well. Let's see. Ed, I'm gonna bring you up.
What's up, Johnny? How you
What's
doing,
going
man?
on?
All right, man. Keep doing what you do, man. Keep doing what you do. This one of
I,
the first places I come to see what's going on. So, hey,
I,
I'm interested in this Netflix special, this kind of Stallions thing, because we're going to get a whole nother side to everything that's going on, and I wonder if he's going to implicate like OSU cheating the Don Brown days, or anything recently. What do you think about that?
honestly, I don't know what's gonna come out of there. I do kind of for sure think he's not gonna say anything bad about Michigan. Honestly, I do know that. I'd highly doubt if that's it. I think he's just gonna kind of plead his case. I think the more I think about it, I think he's probably gonna be trying to talk about that he didn't really break a rule, like because he didn't. He had other people do it, and I think he's gonna probably go that route. But honestly, I really don't know what it is, because they haven't really said much about what it's going to be about. It's just like it's his side of the story kind of thing, So I don't know. No, it's probably not going to be bad for Michigan.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to change the public perception of us? Or do you think it's going to stay the same? Which I don't care. Like it doesn't matter. We champs, but do you
Exactly.
think that I see a shift in the media though? Even ESPN is kind of shifting to like they're done talking about it, hey, we beat Penn State, we beat Ohio State, Washington, Alabama, and we wasn't still in science then. So, you know.
I think the biggest thing was, and that's part of what messed it up for a lot of these like Ohio State fans and Michigan State fans, and because our hardest games, he wasn't there in the playoff run. Now, if let's say it would have been a different thing. Like, let's say this all happened January 20th after we won the championship and all of this stuff breaks. All of this stuff breaks that some cheating was going on. Oh, it'd be horrible. It'd be horrible. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have any ground to stand on. But the fact that he was fired halfway through the season before we even played a tough team, now you can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, we played our toughest games without him. So you just in your feelings, Ohio State fans, you just in your feelings. But as far as ESPN and all these guys, they're tired of talking about it because it's like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, he got fired and they won the games without him. So, like, what are we really talking about? And plus, nobody likes the NCAA. Only people that like the NCAA right now are Ohio State fans. They help us get rid of him. Give him the death penalty. Come on, do something, please. Like, everybody else is like, F the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that was a big thing too. NCAA. It's like they're trying to get out ahead of this special, and they're just trying to. And the thing about they were talking about 97.1 Valenti. I mean, Rico. I mean, it's funny. I don't take what they say. I take it with a grain of salt. But it's kind of, the takes are funny. But they were talking about us making Harbaugh honorary captain for Fresno State, and it's like that's just perfectly just shitting on the NCAA. And so he's like, well, they may come down with more penalties because of that. And so, I mean, that's kind of crazy that you're adjusting the penalty because of how you feel versus whatever infraction it may be, as far as what the NCAA is doing.
the NCAA acts like a little kid that's mad at the basketball court, I guess you could say, when nobody's passing them the ball. I mean, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home type stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're mad because Harbaugh basically gave them the middle finger this year.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't cooperate like they wanted him to. The Big Ten suspended him more. I got you. Beats Penn State, Maryland, Ohio State. Harbaugh comes back smiling and, wins the Big Ten championship, doesn't even go up there to deal with the Big Ten commissioner. Then he wins the national championship, basically throws up the two fingers and goes back to the NFL to them on the NCAA. So now they hit him with the show calls. Bro, I'm in the NFL. I'm an NFL coach. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, come on.
That's like graduating high school, going to community college, and they tell you suspended after you graduated high school already.
And that's why the media is like, come on, NCAA. Like, that's why nobody cares about them, because everybody knows they're a joke. And they saw, like, bro, you gonna get this dude a show cause, like, whether it was right or wrong. Let's say, okay, you saying Michigan was wrong. You're giving this dude a 4-year show cause, and he's not even a college coach and probably doesn't even want to come back to college. Like, bro, what are y'all do? They just make themselves look bad, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, just one more thing. I ain't gonna hold you up because I know some more people want to come up here. I'm just having fun trolling these OSU fans because they're broken right now. I would in 2017, I would have never thought right now we would be having this conversation that they would be over there crying and broken and make every excuse. And I keep telling everyone, I think it's not that the players are not tough. They got some good players. It's Ryan Day's coaching philosophy. And it's the same thing that held us back, like when Don Brown. And if you want to put a little bit of guidance in there too, you can, but it's his philosophy. And you did a perfect breakdown of that Georgia OSU game, playoff game. And that third down, he ran a fake reverse when he should have just ran the ball, and the field goal kicker probably would have nailed it. So his play calling on 3rd and 4th down, even when they play us 4th downs, probably he should be going for them, and he's punting the ball. He's playing scared. So I don't think they're going to beat us this year. I just don't think his mentality. It's not like Sharon Moore was going for it on 4th and 1s. If you look at last year, we went for a lot of 4th downs, championship game, playoff, during the season. And Sharon Moore was like, hey, we putting it on the table. And I think that's the difference. So, I don't think they're going to beat us this year.
No,
But
we'll have to see, but I don't either. Like they're gonna have to show it. I'm gonna have to see it. Honestly, I'm like them. I'm like they were. I'm gonna have to see it now. I don't believe it.
yeah, their fans think it's going to be like an easy road. No, you know, nothing difficult to go through, and they just think from beginning to end it's just going to be a cakewalk to win. And I've never seen a team win without some type of adversity that goes on. So, all right, man. But you have a good one, man. Thanks for bringing me up, though.
Oh, no problem, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, anytime.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Ryan Day and his philosophy, his scheme. He has to. You have to trust. Fourth downs is about you trusting that your team can execute football. And I always say this: football is about execution, nothing more, nothing less. It's about executing. You know, you can run a couple plays, and if you can execute them flawlessly from the first, from the whether it's on offense, from the first read, the second read, the third read, you know, so on and so on. It's about execution. Can you execute? Do you trust your players to execute? And that's why you see him not going for it a lot on fourth down. You can say he's scared, but to me, if you're scared, that means you don't think your players can execute. Because that's what football is about, execution. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have the trust in your players to execute. 4th and 1, 4th and 2, those are passing downs. Unless the only times it's not is when a team just knows that you're going to run it. They're on top of it, and you're all right. We might not be able to get this, but for the most part, even when they know it, Michigan will run that ball on 4th down. You can know it's coming. We know it's coming. Guess what? We getting that yard. What's up? We getting the yard. Penn State, you know it's coming. We know it's coming. We about to run it down your throat. Can you stop it? We about to out execute you. You see, you could out execute us with your pass defense, with your pass rush, but can you out execute us with your rush defense? You got the number 1 rush defense. What's up? We about to put it to the test. I see it on paper. Let's see it on the field now. We on the field now. What's up? Oh, we got goals in here. Let me see what goals talking about. What
Big
up, bro?
dog, what's up with you?
What's going on?
Yeah. It's a new year, man. Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk smack, you know what I mean? But it's all good, man. Man, I don't think the vast majority of the fan base is still tied up in that. Still, you got 1 or 2 Ohio State driven programs or broadcasts, I should say, that's still driving that shit. But for the vast majority of us, and like I said, I have a family member on the team. Hey, they not thinking about the sign still in mess. You get what I'm saying? For me, I want to keep I outside of the game, I want the Big Ten to dominate, except when we play each other. That's just the bottom line. You get what I'm saying? If we can beat the team up north and they go on to do their thing, I'm with it. Because I talk shit past the Big Ten. Because after our season, I started talking trash to SEC cats or whatever. So I need the Big Ten, the Big 4 guys to be strong. Now, when we play each other, it's all off the table. I'm talking about your mama, your grandma, everybody catching that. You get what I'm saying? But as far as the team go, I think some of our fans, we have been spoiled because they don't remember a time when Michigan used to come in and bump our heads for 10 years. So this generation has caught Ohio State being dominant for a while. They don't go back in time and remember when Michigan used to thump us. You know, this thing goes back and forth, and it's just y'all time to kind of gloat a little bit, and that's gloat. Or I don't care about no side still it because in the national championship, Michigan went in there and handled their business X, Y, and Z. So once they beat Alabama and then went on to win the game, I'm like, man, I'm over the side stealing because they went in there, you know, and beat them. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'll be seeing you on the other shows, and we go at it in the chest every now and then. But brother, a good show, and I got to get on out of here, buddy.
I appreciate it, bro. Good
Yes,
call. Good call.
My dog.
All right. See, Ohio State. That was a good call. Just say your piece, and you know, if it ain't too crazy, I'm gonna let you cook, bro. That was a good call. I see goals everywhere because when you love football, and you have the time. You know, I'm at work, so I drive around all the time, so I can. People probably think I'm not at work, but I'm at work. I just have time to just watch podcasts and stuff because I'm driving all day. You know, so I'm watching Maize and Blue Review. I'm watching Sam Webb. I'm watching Menace to Sports. I'm watching the other OVE Menace to Sports show. I'm in all these spaces because I want to soak up as much knowledge. You know, it always bothers me or it confuses me when I see Ohio State fans like, why are you in here? Well, they talking about your team. I do a podcast where I talk about your team. So I'm in here soaking up everything there is to know about Ohio State. Duh. I'm in here the same reason you're in here. I want to know about Ohio State. What you think? You know what I'm saying? So I'm in here to soak up the knowledge about your team. Now, if you want to attack me, because sometimes I don't even go in there to troll. Like I might just say champs because I say that everywhere because we're the champs. But then they'll get mad. And so, all right, troll on. I wasn't here to troll, but since you want to talk stuff, now I'm trolling. We the champs. Y'all soft. Y'all this, y'all that. I'm going to get on your head because Michigan has the ultimate trump card right now. We're the champs. I don't care about you saying we cheated. I don't care. We're still the champs. Well, in the record book, there ain't no asterisk in the record book. The only asterisk is in your little notepad at your house. You done wrote down Michigan national championships and put an asterisk. That's the only asterisk right now. You get what I'm saying? So, so you know, what up, Bourbon Brent? Exactly, not yet. If an asterisk comes, it comes. But as of today, as of right now, ain't no asterisk. It's just championship. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's why I enjoy it every time. I don't always want to troll, but if you troll me, I'm gonna get at you. I'm gonna get at you. Like it's my job. You dig? But yeah, I'm interested to see. I know the players, the Ohio State, like Goals was saying, I know the Ohio State players, they're not thinking about it. When you're a player, you don't have time to be thinking about some allegations or some of that stuff. You don't got time to be thinking about that. You got to grind, you got to go to class, you got to put the work in. You don't have time for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the players, the players are hungry to beat Michigan State. I mean, not Michigan State, to beat Michigan. Whether it's Denzel Burke, whether it's Jack Sawyer, you hear it. You hear it. You know what I'm saying? You hear these dudes talking about they want to beat Michigan. I came back to beat Michigan, beat that team up north. You know, they like to say that. You know, we came back to beat that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, and I try to remind people of this because people think football is played on paper or football is played with the stars. Football is played on that field. So all that talking, yeah, it's nice, and you put a great team together, but you still got to execute. It's still gonna come down to execution. It's still gonna come down to making the plays when they're there. It's still gonna come down to not getting flustered and not making stupid penalties. Not, you know what I'm saying? Playing smart football, playing flawless football. Just like last year. Close game. What was the difference? Not making mistakes, not turning it over. Michigan barely turned it over at all last year. But in the game, that was the big difference. 2 picks. Ball game. Thank you. We getting turnovers. Y'all ain't getting them. That was the big difference in the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. There's always a team that's loaded. They're loaded. They look good. They got all the guys. And then they have a game where they lose to somebody that they probably shouldn't. Not even at a caliber of a Michigan. They lose to somebody that's not even close to them because they turned it over, they had penalties, and they didn't play fundamentally sound. You know what I'm saying? So you can have all that stuff. You got to come out there and prove it. And Michigan's not just, the point of me saying all this is Michigan's not just going to lay over. And for you Ohio State fans that say, oh, we're going to score 60, Don Brown isn't back. You just stop it. You're not scoring 60. You're not doing it. So just get it out your head. Like, you're not, when I see them say this type of stuff, it's just like, all right, you're in a fantasy land. You in a fantasy land if you think you're scoring 60 on this Michigan defense. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, you're in a fantasy land. Like, if you want to say Ohio State's going to beat Michigan this year, I can say, oh, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Good take. But if you say Ohio State's going to blow Michigan out by 40, all right, bro, get out of here. Now you done said too much. Now you got to go. You just go on, get out of here. Just go on and get out of here. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. It's just not likely, bro. Like, it's just not likely. Do you realize how bad? Do you realize how bad a team that's loaded like Michigan has to play for you to score 60? It's just not likely. It's Michigan. You have to have a horrible defense to score 60 like that. Like the scheme and the players pretty much need to be trash. It's not going to happen. Just just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not likely at all. You know, anything can happen, but I wouldn't be betting on that if I was an Ohio State fan. Like, I wouldn't be putting my money down for Ohio State to score 60 and blow us out by 30 and 40 points. It's just not likely. You know what I'm saying? It's just not likely. It's funny they don't even know the history of the rivalry. Michigan won 9 in a row back in the day and beat them 92 to exactly. The rivalry goes back and forth, but a lot of these Ohio State fans are young. See? This is the problem. Y'all hear me talking. Ohio State fans hear me talking, but they don't listen. That's a Don Brown year, my brother. That's what I'm talking about. 2018, 2019. Those are Don Brown years. See? You listening and you watching, you hearing and you watching, but you're not listening, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Those are Don Brown years. You had a horrible defensive scheme, man defense, going against Don Brown got exposed against anybody with similar talent. If you had more talent, you were probably going to put 60 up on him. Don Brown ain't back. That's what I'm trying to warn y'all. For some reason, people think he's back. He's not back. You speaking of exactly what I'm talking about. I gotta talk slower to them because they hear a piece and then they go on and then they don't listen to the whole thing, and then they wonder why I get on there and be cooking them because y'all don't be listening, bro. Like, Don Brown was bad, and Ryan Day, they coached together. Ryan Day read him like a children's book. I've said this when it was going on. I said this. You know what I'm saying? Don Brown Ryan Day had him. Boy, when Don Brown got fired, I bet Ryan Day was like, man, dang, bruh, why they fired? Man, they done fired Don Brown. I know he was like, dang, because it was too easy. It was too easy. Whether y'all were running for 250, 300, throwing for 350. It was just whatever y'all wanted to do. It was going, we throwing it deep. We throwing drags and they taking them 70. We handing it off to what's his name? Dobbins. He running all over Justin Fields, getting his yards. Boy, we doing whatever we want to. This is so easy. Y'all scoring touchdowns. Y'all on the sidelines. I'm seeing balloons go up in there. I'm seeing dudes doing backflips. It was like a party over there. I'm like, bruh, this is horrible. Like, bruh, did he just score a touchdown? They got a cake over there? Like, like, what is going on? The folks got party wings on the side. Like, bro, them was some horrible years, boy. Like, them dudes was over there having a blast. I'm talking about dudes getting in the open field. Ain't nobody around them for 40, 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is bad. You know, dude, Dobbins diving in the end zone like this in your face. You don't even, what's his name? Josh Metellus, he don't even got the wherewithal to try to knock the ball out. He tries to tackle him. He's putting the ball in the right here, buddy. You want to knock it out of his hand? Like, those years were horrible for us, but they gone. Those years are gone. It's just a fact. You know, Ohio State fans can try to hold on to those years. Your best bet is to get ready to probably be in another game like last year, where it's gonna be close in the fourth, and both y'all gonna be sweating and we gonna be sweating. It's probably gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be a sweat out. Just have your fingers crossed that your team comes out on top. It's probably gonna be one of them. Yeah, and they did. But the problem is Don Brown was there. Ryan Day coached with Don Brown, and Don Brown's scheme got exposed by anybody with similar or more talent than him. So, yeah, they struggled. Like they struggled the week before against Maryland, I believe. Well, that was one of those years. The problem is Don Brown's scheme, Ryan Day read it like a children's book. That was the problem. Green eggs and ham. That was the problem. Oh, we got Moneybag Chris in here. We got Moneybag Chris in here. Salute to, hey, Chris, you becoming a legend around here in these YouTube streets. Chris, can I get you on for a minute, Chris? Let me put it in. I know you busy, Moneybag Chris. I'm trying to see, can I get Chris up here? But yeah, Wink is an NFL coach. You know, he may have been fired. He may have been fired from a few places, but that don't mean he don't have the knowledge. And it's the same scheme as, you know, it's the same scheme as, you know, Mentor and McDonald. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see. We're gonna find out. But I got faith in him because the scheme, I ain't seen a quarterback eat up that scheme since who was it? Max Duggan. Max Duggan was backing up 50 yards, you know. Max Duggan was backing up 10 and 12 yards, and we didn't have a pass rush that year either. So it was So that helped. Mike Morris got hurt against TCU. Well, he was hurt before then. So we didn't have a pass rush, and Max Duggan was buying time, backing up, throwing that drag, and I can't remember the receiver's name. He's taking it 70. I'm like, bro, is this really happening to us? Hey, that TCU game. Now, I can reminisce and talk about those Ohio State games with Don Brown, but that TCU game, boy, I hate to talk about that one. That's one I hate to talk about because Michigan wasn't supposed to lose to them. Michigan just played so bad. They didn't deserve to win it, honestly. Hey, this one right here, where did it just go? Bro, When he missed this tackle, when DJ Turner missed that tackle on that drag, I was like, we're not finna win this game. I took a deep sigh like, bro, we ain't winning this. Oh, we got the legend in here. Boy, you a living legend out here now. We got Moneybag Chris Drew from Minister Sports. I'm bringing him up.
Hey, man.
What's going on, Chris?
Man, I just had to stop by. I saw Brent and y'all in here packing y'all up on the 20v1, like the real Kill Bill. What you mean to say is the reason y'all got torched against TCU is because y'all ain't have the signals. That's what you meant to say.
Oh,
But I'm gonna
boy.
let you pop your stuff or whatever. I got it. Y'all national champions, won 3 in a row. This, that, the third. Cool. But the reason y'all lost to TCU because that was the only team y'all ain't scout. And Max looked crazy against y'all. That's really what it was. I just want to hear you say that. We lost to TCU because we ain't have the signals.
I can't say that because I don't know if it's true.
It is true.
I'm gonna be like Zach. I can't say that. I can't say that because I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true because we didn't have Mike Morris. He got hurt. He was our only good pass rusher that year. And Duggan backing up. So I can't say that, Chris.
You're tripping, bro. That's a Big 12 school, dog. They run a 3-3-5. Y'all supposed to get crazy against them. Their offensive line's supposed to be soft as hell. Like y'all are supposed to blow
our
them out.
Our game plan was bad too. They just we should have came out trying to throw it, and we came out trying to run it, and we had one good the first play. Donovan went like 50. After that, it was shut down. They shut it down.
I'm just saying, so you're telling me of all the quarterbacks that y'all done stopped CJ Stroud, whatever, y'all done stopped this, that, and the third. Y'all telling me the one that is your kryptonite, is Max Duggan, the backup TCU quarterback?
I mean, if you look at his stats, he didn't play that well. He just he killed us on third downs. Third down and fourth down, he killed us. Like,
I mean, that game alone got QJ drafted in the first round.
I mean, all he was doing was running up and down the field. Pretty much.
QJ is bad at football.
He wasn't doing nothing but taking drags.
I'm just saying. So y'all can't come on, y'all. Come on, dog. Look, national champions. Y'all, you know what it is. I know what it is. I just wanted y'all to say it for your little fan base. But what's up, bro? You good?
Give me one little what's up? Give me your Ohio State take. Since we got an Ohio State, you like a beat writer or something to me.
I'm not a beat writer, dog. I hate those boys. I'm trying to keep it family friendly on this show. I hate those boys. Those are not my friends.
Give me your take on Ohio State this year.
Honestly, bro, we actually might beat y'all. Man, come on, bro. Nennelia talking about cook this clown. Johnny was never cooked me. We've been on shows before together. He's 0-1 against me.
That show never came out also.
I know, dude. That was a crazy show, though. That was actually a banger. I'm bummed it didn't come out. What do you want to know? You want to know like my season expectation for Ohio State or what I think y'all are gonna do?
No, I can do that. I want to know the Ohio State coming from Ohio State. Nobody knows Ohio State better than you on the internet, pretty much. So
I just want to ask you: is it going to hurt you if we win the national title? Are you not going to care?
No, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt because we just finally got ours. Y'all last one was 2014. So to come back when we finally get back on top and win a natty, and y'all do it the next year, it's gonna hurt. I don't want it to happen.
I feel like we got to do it just because of that. Because I'm not gonna hold you. Your fan base is top 3 most annoying. Like, I hate y'all on Twitter, bro. I can't even come outside without someone saying anything to me, dog. Right? So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna win the natty. We're gonna send somebody to New York. We're probably going to beat you guys by at least 17.
That's reasonable.
And then you guys might finish 4th in the Big Ten.
Oh, wow.
but it'll probably be third in the Big Ten.
So who do you have going to the Heisman?
From our team?
Yeah.
I think one of the running backs are gonna end up going.
I got a question with that.
We're gonna be so run heavy this year, dog. I think QJ could go. Like if QJ goes for like 1,700, we can see him there.
Well, I got two questions. They both kind of with the run game. How many? What's the percentage to run versus pass this year?
I think it should be 60% run.
You think so? You think y'all gonna be almost like we were last year running it because we were like 60.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be 60, but I also think our 40% passing is gonna be more of a downfield passing attack. You guys did like the little dink and dunk stuff. Yeah, well, we're gonna take shots just because and nothing against y'all, but y'all don't really have the personnel to take shots.
You can say that we don't really this year. We definitely don't know.
I'm saying like we got like Jeremiah Smith, like Cardinal Tate.
I know who y'all got.
All right, bro. Okay. Study your ops. Okay, cool. Got it.
I know y'all got Tate Smith, the living legend, that already a legend already. That's crazy.
But I think we're gonna have to run the ball that much, dog, just because we have like two premier backs. Like we probably have like two of the top 5 backs in the country.
I know it, but this is my thing. If I was, and this is just my opinion, I'm not sure how much I would take Judkins off the field.
Bro, so we've been working him in the slot, like he's Donovan Edwards.
I would work Trey in the slot.
I mean, they've both been getting work in the slot, but I know that was important for Quinshon to get to Ohio State, was to be able to play like some of that slot stuff.
Oh, that's something that he really wanted.
Yeah. So when he committed to Ohio State, Bill O'Brien was here.
Okay.
He had a conversation about Bill O'Brien about how he used, you guys know, Michigan guys, Jahmyr Gibbs, because obviously Jahmyr Gibbs was with Bill O'Brien down there at Bama. And so that's one of the things that interested Quinshon. And so then Quinshon came. And then even when they switched coordinators, that was still something that was important to Quinshon, was to be able to out of the backfield have a shot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just see that more of a Trey thing. And the way Judkins hits the holes, bro, pause, whatever. But dude is a stud, bro. He's a beast.
No, he's a monster. He's better than any running back. He's better than Blake. I'll tell you that.
All right.
Okay, I'll tell you that.
27 touchdowns last year now.
That doesn't mean anything to me. Y'all knew the signals.
Touchdowns don't mean nothing?
No, not if you know the signals.
Look at him.
Signals stealing ass.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that. I'm just enjoying my tea, and we the champs.
What kind of tea you drink, bro?
I got all types of tea right here. This is green tea.
All right, so I'm stop you right there. I don't care about your tea. I hope your tea bag rips right now. I hope that little particles go in. I hope you choke on one and start coughing for 5 minutes straight. And then I hope you actually knock that cup over and it shatters everywhere. And I hope your team loses every game. And I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll tap in with you, Johnny. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
The legend. We got the legend Chris Drew on here. I appreciate that, bro. Chris is tapped in. And he's growing. It's good to see somebody, I fucks with Chris, so it's good to see him grow, and get that bag. Get that bag, black man. But OSU, what was he talking about? TCU? That TCU game, I could point to so many things about why we lost that TCU game. There's just so many. It's just so many. It's just so many things that that happened with Blake being hurt, Mike Morris being hurt. The game plan to me was garbage. If I'm gonna be real, the game plan against TCU was garbage. You should have came out trying to throw it down their throat. You could say, well, you did when you did try to throw, you threw 2 picks, but I think they lost so many. They let so many drives get away trying to run it that they put themselves in a bad position. They probably thought they were going to be able to run on that 3-3-5, and them boys was flying around. They was flying around. You know what I'm saying? So you saw once we started throwing that ball, we about to throw it, and JJ's about to run around and do what he has to do. That's when we got back in the game, but it was too late. Defense couldn't make enough stops to win it. And then also Harbaugh's clock management was horrible. Once it got down to like 7-8 minutes, he was horrible. No urgency. They huddling up. They still calling run plays. Like, let's not remember that. You bring an Ohio State fan in here, and they talk about your down times. They talk about. I appreciate the sub, Bourbon Brent. I told y'all I be cooking over here. I'm not as bad as y'all think I am in the Menace chat. It's just a chat, so you got to get your point across real fast. It's a chat, but you know what I'm saying. But you bring a Buckeye up here, and now he's got TCU on my mind. You see what he did? He knew what he was doing. He came over here, and then y'all feeling good with y'all championship. Remember this? Remember this? Remember when y'all was favored and y'all probably could have maybe won a natty? Remember y'all choked that UTCU game? I know what you did, Chris. I know what you did. You ain't right. You ain't right for that. Now I'm thinking about TCU. Back to business. Let's get back to business. So, let's bring it back to the current being the champs, trying to defend the championship. Go on. You know what you did. But yeah, if Ohio State wins the natty, it's gonna hurt. Like, that's a fact, because we just got back to being up there. We just got our natties. If they come back the exact if they were to win it 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, it wouldn't be as bad. But if they were to win it this year, right after ours, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we have to stop them. We need to get in the playoff just to stop them. If we get in the playoff and we beat Ohio State and we lose after that, mission accomplished. I'm sorry. Mission accomplished. As long as they don't win no natty, we need to get in just to stop them from winning the natty. Honestly, I guess we got to do it ourselves. You want something done, you got to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Biggest choke was dominating Georgia for 3 quarters and then couldn't stop a cold with the Tim done came in cooking. Thank you, Tim. Tim, I appreciate that. See, Tim done threw me a softball, Ohio State fans. Tim done threw me a softball, and I got to hit it out the park like Ken Griffey Jr., Mike McGuire, or Sammy Sosa, or even Barry Bonds. I'm on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Because Ohio State had the lead 3 times against Georgia. They were up 14 3 separate times against Georgia and lost that game. Now that is a crazy choke job. You know what I'm saying? And you were up 14 with, what was it, like 5 minutes left or something? And then y'all gave up a 70-yard drive in like 20 seconds or something. Who was it? I think it was Lathan Ransom, fell down on the coverage, and the dude goes like 70 or 80. They right back in the game. Then Ohio State is moving the ball. They moving the ball. Probably can run out the clock. They probably can run out the clock. But Ryan Day wants to get cute. He wants to win it his way. He like, I got to get cute. So, first down, they get 5 yards. Just run the ball, Ryan. Just run it. You run it second down, you run it third down, you probably going to win, and you're going to kill the clock. The clock ain't your friend, brother. He wanted to get cute. He calls the pass plays. He's calling pass plays. Clock stopping. You get sacked. The rest is history. You can lose a game and ruin drives by getting cute. They wanted to get cute. The rest is history. Georgia wins. And I got to sleep. because we played early. So we lost to TCU, then we had to watch Ohio State. And I was like, bruh, this can't be happening. And then the kick heard around the world goes sideways. I've heard there's legend that kick is still rotating and going sideways across the earth. It's to this day, it's still going sideways and it's going across. I think it crossed Australia. I think I heard earlier this summer that kick from 2022. It's still, it's circling the earth because it went sideways. Legend has it that kick is still rotating the earth as we speak. Legend has it. So when that happened, I had a deep sigh of relief, like, all right, let's go to sleep. Now I can sleep. Now I can go to sleep at least. But it still hurt. But we back in the fall camp, and the biggest thing is everybody's expecting the worst. If you listen to a rival fan base, they kind of expect the worst from us regardless. And I get it. I try not to do that too much because mentally it sets you up for heartbreak. You get what I'm saying? It sets you up for heartbreak mentally. Like when I used to talk about Kyle McCord and Devin Brown, I wouldn't say they're going to be bad, before the 2022 season. I would say it's a possibility that they're not that good because you're not guaranteed that everybody's going to be CJ Stroud. Everybody's going to be Dwayne Haskins. Everybody's going to be Justin Fields. That's not a guarantee. These dudes have to go out there and they have to have the heart, the character, and, have the guts to be dogs, So that's why I don't like to speak in absolutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of Ohio State fans, Orgy's horrible and stuff like that. Bro, you've never even seen him play a real game. You know what I'm saying? But if he comes out and he's a dog, you setting yourself up for failure. You setting yourself up to be mad. So don't get mad at us. You setting yourself up for it. Michigan likes to pull that Tanya Hardin on people. Let me see. I missed the super chat. My bad, Emily. Appreciate the super chat, $1.99 from Emily Robinson. If Blake was healthy, TCU would be easy work. Now you speaking facts right there. We definitely missed Blake during that game. But yeah, so just saying, Orgy's gonna be bad. I'm not sure I wouldn't just want to say that if I was you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to say that now, because dude's got all the tools to be successful and he puts in the work. For me, a lot of the battle is, are you putting in that work? Now, when he gets on the field, we got to see what you made of. We have to see that, but he puts in the work. If you're putting in the work and putting your best foot forward, hey, let's just hope you made out of something when you get on that field. That's the biggest thing. And I think that's part of what Tyler Morris was talking about earlier. So I'm probably gonna go till 2 hours and I'm gonna get off of here. But you go on to, like Tyler Morris was talking about earlier, with what's his name? With certain players coming in the locker room thinking it's a game kind of, and Michigan, we don't have to work that hard. If you're lifting weights and doing stuff, you're going through the motions. You might be at practice going through the motions when you should be going 110%. You go 110% in the offseason and in practice so the game can be easy for you. Then when you get in the game, it's nothing. It's nothing new. It's not harder. It's easier. You put the work, the heavy lifting in the work in the offseason so the game can come easy for you when the actual lights are the brightest. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing about it. So when I hear and I see a player putting in the work to be great, I'm like, okay, that's the first step. Just like when I heard Blake was coming here, what was that, 2019? And I went to, I'm not big in recruiting, but I go to his YouTube or his Instagram, and I see him, his season has been canceled. And this dude is at his house doing like squat clings up a hill by his house. Oh, I said, oh, for real? This dude, that's it right there. That's it. He could possibly be the missing piece. It turned out he was the missing piece. I'm not Negro Dominus. I'm just a dude that looks at the finer things. So I knew, oh, this dude could be that because I see him putting in the work on his own. Nobody's telling him to go put the work in. He's putting in the work on his own. That's what you have to do if you want to be great. Now, hopefully you've got the talent to go with it, but you got to put in the work. That's the biggest thing. Exactly. He's starting to impress. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, the big thing about Orgy, and I said this before, so y'all that watch me in a lot of those car lives, y'all heard me say this. Most of the fan base wants Orgy. And I think we're starting to see a lot of the team wants Orgy. And when that happens, even if Jack Tuttle, let's say they started Jack Tuttle, the moment he plays bad, you're going to have the fan base. And if you've been on a football team or any team, when the team, sometimes, because I've been on a team where the players wanted this quarterback and the coaches went with another quarterback. Yeah, the team is going to follow him, but they really want this other dude to be the starter. You know what I'm saying? So if Jack Tuttle was to get the job and not play well, it's going to be hard for him. It's going to be hard for him because the fan base is going to be killing him. The fan base is going to be killing him and calling for Orgy. That's the problem you get when you get the fan favorite. When you get a fan favorite, sometimes you got to put him in the game and just to shut up the fans. Like, all right, put him in so they'll shut up. Like, just put him in. He's not ready, but put him in. Put him in. And I'm not saying Orgy's not ready. I'm just saying it can become a problem when so much of the fan base, and it seems like so much of the roster wants a certain player to be the quarterback. I think Orgy can live up to it. It's a lot of pressure on him. Now, don't get it twisted. It's a lot of pressure on Orgy to be that dude. But I think the players want to follow him. I think the players feel like that's our leader. That's who's going to get us to where we want to go. Y'all get the weirdest comps. I don't know what you're talking about with that one. 90s Bills got to do with Bourbon Brent. If Georgia game was 6-quarter game, Georgia figured you out. They beat you OSU by 35. Let's see. I feel like after 6 years you haven't locked in a starting spot, then I mean, hey, and that's my thinking too. If you've been around for this long and you haven't been able to beat anybody out, when you did get your starts at Indiana, you looked like trash or you didn't look that good. You know, it just might not. You might be a backup. That might be the best that you can hope for, is you're the backup. You know, you don't do enough well to start, but you're a good backup. You're a safe bet backing up somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the big thing with him. You might be right. Like you're the safe guy, but your upside isn't that high. Your ceiling it can go low, but it probably doesn't go as low as other guys. So you're the safe backup, but you ain't starting. Michigan had O lineman 3 years older than everyone. Here we go with the old guys. I'm not even. I done got tired, so I'm not even gonna address that stuff. I done got fatigued, so I'm not gonna touch it. Appreciate the $9.99 super chat, Blue Wolverine. He said champs with the trophy. Yes, sir. Champs. You know, whether you want to say whatever you want to say, I don't care. We the champs. I don't care. That's the main thing with me. I don't care. You can, just like Chris was talking about TCU. I just don't care. You know, we've been through too much. I've been through too much. Those Don Brown years, I barely made it through the Don Brown years. I barely made it. Those of y'all that used to watch me back then know I was on here about to have heart attacks. I barely made. I made it through the. I made it. I barely made it through the Don Brown years. Like a old mafioso saying, "Man, I barely made it through the Colombo Wars. I barely made it through the Don Brown years. I made it through there out the skin of my teeth, boy." Because that dude, man, you know, the Don Brown years wouldn't have been bad if I didn't know football. You know, because you had fans that were like, "Okay, he's not that bad. He has good defenses." When I'm sitting back like, bro, he's not good. When we play a good team, he gets exposed every time now. You know, so that made it even worse because I would have people trying to convince me that he's not bad when I've done the homework and I know he is. You know what I'm saying? I had been calling for Don Brown to get fired way before 2020. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Antonio Grady. I appreciate it, bro. Let's see. People act like nobody can't miss throw. JJ missed throws last spring game and threw. Yes, you can't take much from the spring game if I'm being real. If we would go by the spring game, Davis Warren would have been starting probably last year or something. JJ never looked that good in the spring game, if I'm going to be real. JJ never looked that good in the spring game. And JJ missed throws last year. JJ had misreads last year where a guy would be wide open. JJ wasn't perfect. But JJ made the throws when they counted, you know. And if he didn't make the throws, he would run it. You know, he would run it, use his legs and make something happen. You know, JJ would show up when you needed him the most. You know, when you needed him the most, he would show up. Whether that was Ohio State making plays, making throws, whether that was Penn State. All right, we're not gonna throw it, but can you run the ball? Yeah, I can do that. He stepped up, you know. Alabama, you know, made the throws when we needed to him, made some runs. Same with Washington. He didn't play that good against Washington in the national championship. He just did enough, you know. When we needed him to make that big time throw to Colston Loveland, he did it. And that was when it was ball game for real, you know. So that's all you need is somebody willing and able to make those plays. Appreciate the $1.99 super chat, Jamie Hogue. He says, "Go blue, hail to the champions. Do you realize that you are a champion in their eyes?" My voice gone. I tried to hit that note. I tried. Let's see. Emily Robinson, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. I honestly thought Denegal could have been a Dwayne Haskins type. He looks the part, and that's part of the battle is trying to look the part. But you know, I don't take much from the spring game if you have something for me to go off of. But if you don't, I take something from the spring game. You know what I'm saying? Like Denegal. He ain't looked good in real games when he got in, really. So in the spring game, you know, if you haven't started before, if you haven't started and played meaningful snaps as a quarterback, I want you to look good in the spring game. But if you've got some playing experience and you've started actual games, and I know you're a good player, it don't mean that much for me if you don't look good in the spring game. But if you've never started a game I need you to look good in the spring game so I can go. So I got something to go off of. I need you to ball out. Denegal, he looked like straight garbage in the spring game. He looked like boo boo. So you know what I'm saying? I needed him to look good. I needed that from him. You know, and he did not look good in the spring game. Yeah, exactly, Antoine. JJ was clutch when you needed him, he was there. You know, and that's all we needed. We ain't gonna ask you to do much, and we can win with you not playing that well. But when we need you in that fourth quarter or that second half to make a big time throw, to maybe make something happen with your legs, JJ was always there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Same thing with Sanders still. Hell, Sanders still, you know, people hype up Sanders still like he was just locked down. He wasn't. Sanders still would give up touchdowns, would give up big time passes. But when you needed him to make a play, he was right there. And he'd get an interception. He'd knock the pass down. When you needed him to make a play, he was there. But he wasn't perfect. He wasn't a perfect player. He didn't have perfect coverage. Bro, why you Bourbon Brett. Now you know I keep my receipts. You better hope Orgy ain't that dude. And honestly, since you an Ohio State fan, it don't matter what he does against everybody else. You better hope Orgy don't beat you. You better hope Orgy don't beat you. Because you know I'm gonna be willing and waiting and ready. I'm ready for you. You better hope Orgy don't find a way to beat y'all, or it's gonna be a long off season. Unless y'all win a natty. Unless y'all win a natty, then you know the natty trumps everything. At least for me. The natty trumps everything. Like if we beat Ohio State and they win a natty, I'm not gonna want to talk stuff to them because that would be stupid to me. You get what I'm saying? That would be stupid. Now, yeah, we beat them, but they end up winning the national championship. Great. That's my little flag. I guess great. I'm gonna be waving the white flag. We beat them and they win the natty. I'm gonna be waving the white flag. All right, time out. But yeah, you know, so that's what it is. You know, you better hope Orgy don't beat y'all. But I done got tired, y'all, boy. You know, I got to get back my live legs, boy. I done got tired. I'm fatigued. But I appreciate y'all joining the live. I appreciate you, Chris, if you still watching, joining in. You know, appreciate you, Goj, the Ohio State fans, the all the people that super chatted. Let me run back through them real quick. Appreciate you, Emily Robinson, Blue Wolverine, Antonio Grady, Jamie Hogue, and Emily Robinson again. I appreciate all y'all joining in. I appreciate the legend, Chris Drew. Chris is becoming a legend out here. Chris does his thing. Like all rivalry talk. Chris is a good or great host, and he knows what he's doing. Like, honestly, Chris is polished. To me, in this, you know, getting on this mic and, you know, hosting and producing, Chris is polished. Like, I wish I was as polished as he is with doing this. You know what I'm saying? So Chris gets nothing but respect when it comes to the, you know, getting on this podcast and stuff. You know, he's an Ohio State fan, so I got to talk my stuff. But salute to what he does, you know. But yeah. So I appreciate everybody joining in. I'm gonna start turning up with these more. We're doing the call-in shows. If it's not Saturday, it'll be Sunday. I'm gonna eat one or the other, and I'm gonna try to schedule it a little bit earlier so they know. But this was kind of last minute. So, but I appreciate y'all coming in. Like, share, subscribe, and let me go and play this, and I'm gonna get out of here. And as always, go blue.